The end. Manuscript done. You think it's time to start sending it to agents yet? First off, I just wanted to congratulate everyone who is doing NaNoWriMo this year because you are almost halfway. Even if you aren't exactly at the word count you want to be, good work on what you've done so far, and don't get discouraged, keep going. But what I want to talk to you about today is what you should do once this month is over, or once you've finished any manuscript. What do you do with all those words that you vomited out onto paper, like Kaylin talked about last week? Please, I'm pleading with you, do not submit your newly completed manuscript full of all that word vomit to an agent or a publisher. Don't self-publish it, not for the whole month of December or the whole month of January, probably not even the month of February. I can promise you that none of your favorite authors have published their first draft of a novel. They haven't published their second draft either. No, not even the third draft. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of revisions before a book is ready to be published. That's right, that's what I'm talking about today, is editing your manuscript before you send it to a publisher. So how do you go about the pre-submission process of editing a manuscript? This is not something that you can do all on your own. You need other eyes to look at your work, because you're never going to recognize all of the little mistakes or problems that might be there. Because you know the whole background of your characters, you won't notice if something they do doesn't make sense, because the reader doesn't know that background. So you need someone who isn't as deeply involved in the story to look over it and see it from a reader's eye. There's a couple different ways you can go about this. The first way is by using beta readers. If you use a beta reader, make sure you get multiple. Find some different people. Find someone who reads the genre that you're writing in. Maybe find someone who doesn't read in that genre, because you might want to get that perspective just to see what someone who doesn't understand that subject as well, what they might think of it, because you might get readers who don't normally read the genre you're writing in. You want to find people who are writers and people who are readers. Basically, find a variety of people, because you want to get opinions from more than one person. Some comments that people give you might just be their opinion, but you won't know that if you don't hear from multiple people. If multiple people are saying the same thing, then you know it's a problem. But if only one person has a problem with it, it could just be their own personal opinion. That leads me to the second option, which is to get into a critique group. I really suggest this way because you get to also improve your own writing skills by reading other people's work and critiquing it, and it can help you to see your own work with a more critical eye. Some critique groups are made up of writers who write in all sorts of different genres. Some critique groups are all writers in the same genre. It's up to you what kind of group you want, whether you want a really strong focus into the area you're writing in, or if you want to get a broad idea of what different people think about it. But the big question is, how do you get these beta readers or critique groups? The best way is to network, and you got it, network. We talked about this Sunday in our live chat, but there's two big ways you can find other writers and readers who might be interested in critique groups or beta reading. And one of those ways is online. Get active on Twitter, follow other writers and readers. Get on websites like Absolute Write, where there's a lot of resources. Connect with people on Wattpad if you're publishing your stories there. Just any way you can, find people online who are interested in writing. It's such a wide resource that people didn't have before in the past, so use it. The second way might be a little bit daunting if you're an introvert like myself, but it really is a good way to go about it, and that is to meet people in person. You do this by going places that other writers will be. Sign up for a writing class at a local university. Go to book signings when an author is in town. Sign up for conferences that happen in your area. Find a writers group in your state or your community. There's so many people out there who love to write and who love reading. You just have to go out and find them. So I hope that this was helpful and gave you an idea of what to do after NaNoWriMo ends. And make sure you comment down below if you're looking for beta readers or for a critique group, and maybe some of you can find each other and can help each other out. And I will see you Sunday at 7 Eastern Time when the WordNerds will be chatting live about publishing, what to do after you've done all these revisions.